Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, or whatever it is for you folks out there. Welcome back to we've got a name for the series now, Blue to Black, with the subtitle Keith returns to Pokemon, as I am returning to Pokemon. Will is with us again.
Hello, everyone.
It really won't be happening without Will. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, Keith. I drank a lot of cheer wine before bed, so I kind of got a heartburn, but other than that, I'm doing pretty great.
Well, hopefully this delicious conversation will cool your heart down.
Yep.
I had some cheese before bed. I had like a cheese stick, and that didn't help. I had a little bit of heartburn as well, so kindred
Yeah.
heart spirits. But let's talk Pokemon.
Let's. That'll make my heart grow and glow.
I can't wait for that. So where do you want to start? I know I have 2 badges, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to check in every time I got a couple of badges. So why don't you just drive this conversation? What do you want to talk about?
Well, Keith, what I'm mainly excited about talking with you about today is my boys, Team Plasma. I believe you had an encounter with them in Nacrene City?
I certainly have. I encountered them. I believe that is the correct city. I'm going to be a little rough on names as we begin.
That's totally fine. Black and White is my favorite Pokemon game, so I'm just going to be showing off and flexing my muscles for
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm in awe over here.
you. Yeah.
But yeah, I encountered them there.
What do you think about their motives, Keith? I think they have very interesting motives for an evil Pokemon team.
Yeah, certainly at the beginning, the motive is we love. I guess we think Pokemon are better off without trainers. Would like set them free, a little bit of liberation type situation. Which is based on what I know of Pokemon, a very novel idea that the Pokemon and people don't need to be in this relationship they're in.
Yeah, it kind of blows my mind, honestly, that it took 5 generations for like an evil team to bring this up. I kind of feel like this should have been like the plot of the first game, but
True.
no, it took about 5 generations to finally get around to talking about how messed up this kind of is.
Yeah. Now, honestly, it makes a lot of sense because your character and your best buddy's character, Cheerin, I guess is that his name.
I say Sharon,
Sharon.
but that sounds like Sharon Osbourne, so I'm not entirely sure.
Gotcha. Or any other woman named Sharon or man.
Yeah, true. It evokes a woman's name, but
Right.
yeah.
Regardless of his name, your best buddy, his response is something like, "Oh no, like Pokemon love it. It doesn't. They need us. Like the idea that we catch these animals and keep them in these tiny little balls and then make them fight each other until they pass out. That doesn't seem healthy."
Yeah, I don't know. Sharon seems kind of like he's drinking the Kool-Aid pretty readily.
Yeah, everyone but Team Plasma honestly seems like they're drinking the Kool-Aid. Now, when you have the grunts come around and they say like, "We're taking your Pokemon and we'll hurt both of you to do it or whatever. We'll hurt the Pokemon to do it." Like that starts to break down there. But the general idea that, hey guys, this kind of messed up.
Yeah, it's almost like the people, Game Freak, the people that make the games couldn't like help themselves. It's like they're gonna give them a really cool motive, but in actual like acting it out, they're just basically gonna be Team Rocket.
Right.
Like they couldn't help themselves.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like maybe they even get to the point where it's too easily understood. Like you would too readily go to the bad side if all they wanted to do was convince people that maybe Pokemon didn't want to beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I thought that'd make a short game.
I think that's 100% what it is, actually. We'll get around to that in more detail later.
Sure.
We're encroaching on spoiler territory here.
Oh yeah, goodness, sorry.
Keith, let everyone know what your starter Pokemon is. I think I know what your starter Pokemon is.
My starter Pokemon is my boy. I'm gonna call him Tepig, because I guess that's how you pronounce it, which I assume is a mixture of the word tepid and pig.
Bing, bing, bing.
Because he is a fire pig.
Yep.
He's a fire boy. But I named him Bacon. Baecon. So that's his nickname. Bacon.
Keith, I love that name so much.
I'm pretty pleased with it. I enjoy every time my guy says, "All right, Bacon, go," or whatever.
Yeah, I bet it tickles you just a little bit.
It does, but I don't want to. I don't want to allude to the fact that there's some romantic relationship between myself and the Pokemon,
Oh, I would hope not.
because that would be the next game's plot. Is
Yeah.
all right, we couldn't get you to stop fighting them, but you got to stop having sex with your Pokemon.
Pokemon
Please.
Nambla. They do PETA next. They're doing Nambla.
Yeah, please stop.
Oh man, Keith. Has your bacon evolved yet?
Oh yeah, brother. We got ourselves a pig night, and that was I think that was pre second badge. I'm not sure though, because I really worked him hard.
If that was pre-second badge, because I think, yeah, in Black and White 1, the second gym is the Aunt Jemima looking woman, correct?
Correct. Yes.
She has normal type Pokemon, so your Pig Knight was probably putting real working on them.
Yeah, and one of the first moves he learned was like arm thrust or something, which was a fighting move.
Yep.
And the people of I don't know what that city's called where she lives, but the people of that city were like, if you're going to the gym,
City, I did it.
which one?
Okay, Nacrene City.
Nacrene City.
Yeah.
If you're going to the gym, you better have some fighting Pokemon, which I went and found some, and I'll be honest with you, that gym fight was, I think I used 3 moves the whole time because I went to the right outside of Pinwheel Forest, and I found a Timber and a Sock,
Nice.
and
Ooh, you ready?
I fought them a good bit, and the Sock learned like a double kick move. I clicked that button 3 times, and the fight was over. It was
awesome.
Pretty decisive.
Awesome. You're using their types against them.
Oh yeah, that's I'm
I'm very impressed with your journey so far, I must say.
well, I appreciate that. I'm definitely trying to get into the like what beats what type situation, or trying to figure out what all that is. Because I mean, at the beginning it's kind of easy, but I'm at the point now where it's starting to get a little difficult to figure out who hurts who.
They really kind of beat the concept of like types over your head with the first gym too.
Right.
The how it's like you fight one, like the gym leader. What is it? You fight the one that's strong against your starter.
Yeah, exactly.
Then they give you a monkey that's strong against theirs, something like that.
Right. I found I found a person in like next to that place where you have to save that mana or whatever, and Bianca gets it or something. But I found a person, and they gave me a Pan Sage.
Yep. Yeah.
Who has been with me
really
ever since.
Get the triangle of water, fire, and grass down. They really try to beat that into your head.
Oh yeah.
That
I definitely understand.
I would hope so. But using your arm thrust against normal types, you're becoming a regular Pokemon master, Keith.
I appreciate it. I'm trying to catch them all.
You have a team that you've kind of like. Do you have any guys other than Tepig right now or Pig Knight that you know like this is your guy, or is it still like you're in the process of like swapping guys in and out as you need them?
I'm kind of switching people in and out. I think what drives me a lot right now is evolutions. I want to see the Pokemon evolve.
Oh yeah.
So like Sock. I accidentally clicked because sometimes I accidentally click the nickname button. I don't intend to, but I clicked it, so I decided to name him Karate Kid. Anyway, Karate Kid, he served me well in the gym, but then I looked in the Pokédex and I saw that he cannot evolve. Like
it actually told you that in the Pokédex?
Yeah.
I was actually I was kind of worried for you over here. I was like, oh man, I hope Keith's not sticking with this guy, hoping he's going to evolve.
No, it didn't like tell me, but I had caught a Pokemon on either side of him. And so since there was no question mark underneath him, I figured he couldn't evolve. Sadly that was like, oh, you can't give me anything else, sir? Well, into the computer you go.
Yeah.
So another sad thing, like you catch him and you just leave him in your computer.
Yeah, I've had a similar thing happen in Sun and Moon, the newest one. I was playing I caught this little mushroom fellow, and Sun and Moon was probably like that was like the only time that I haven't seen every single Pokemon before I played through the game. I tried to keep myself a little bit unspoiled. So as I was playing through, I caught this little mushroom guy, and I was like, yeah, I'm feeling this guy. Let's see what he turns into. and then someone I was fighting threw out what I could only assume was his evolution, and I was just like, "Sorry, bud, you're going in the box."
I've felt that way a couple
Yeah.
of times too. I don't think I've gone as far as to put him away, but I felt that way. I think with like a Timpole or something by this point, maybe. I've like.
Timpole's not too pretty to start with either.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like usually those ugly ones will turn into something cool, but then
Nope.
yeah, I saw his next evolution. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I put too much time into Timpole now to get rid of him. You want me to tell you my whole team, or at least
I would love that actually.
as it stood for these first 2 badges before I started moving things around?
Okay.
So I believe for the first. I don't imagine I had a full team for the first badge, but by the second badge, my team was my pig knight named Bacon. I think Sock was still on the team by this point, and his name was Karate Kid. Had a Pansage, a Timpole, a Woobat, believe it or not,
Nice.
and a Timber, which I named Thumper, because I don't know if it's supposed to look like a rabbit, but it kind of does.
Yeah, I can see that.
Also, it gives the connotation of he's going to hit you with that piece of wood he's got.
Yeah. Yeah. I like your team. It's pretty. I don't know if this is a word you're gonna like, but it's cute. It's a cute little team you got there.
That's fine. I'll take cute.
They're all little baby forms mostly right now too. So.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, I told you last time about how a lot of the Pokemon in this game are like pseudo remakes of the ones from Red and Blue, and I think that's pretty apparent with Woobat.
Yeah, honestly, Woobat, he didn't even alarm me as like a new Pokemon. He feels like an old Pokemon, so yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, he does kind of feel like an old one, doesn't he?
Is he supposed to? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that Timber is clearly the Machop of this game.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. He even evolves the same way that Machop does. Like Machoke into Machamp, you have to trade him to evolve him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Girder is Timber's evolution. You have to trade him to evolve him into... What is it? Hold on. Timber, Girder, Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr. It's a really weird name. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what their... I did look up their evolutions just to see if it would be worth it. And like you get a couple of steel beams to carry around, so I'm down with that.
He kind of looks like a clown too.
A little bit.
So are you going to be sticking with Timber, you think, or are you going to, since you've got your Pig Knight now?
Honestly, Timber has stayed in the lineup. Sock had to leave, but I was kind of Pig Knight has since lost his ability to do arm thrust in exchange for some other move that I don't remember what it is now.
It's a fighting move, though?
No, it's not a fighting move. So I kept Timber around to fill the fighting gap in the lineup.
Okay, I got you.
And let's see. There've been several changes between them and as I'm moving on towards the next badges, but we can talk about in the next video.
Okay.
Don't want to jump too far forward. Now, I have a couple things I would like to mention just as humorous observations of the game.
Ooh, that's what
I'm sure I'm not the first one to make these observations. But I understand they got to get the game going. Pokemon is not a game that you're going to need like 45 minutes of prologue and intro scenes before you can start catching them Pokies.
Mm-hmm.
But and I guess maybe, I feel like I'm trying to explain it away as I'm mentioning it, but your mom doesn't give one rip about you leaving for good.
No, she doesn't.
She chases you down to give you a pair of tennis shoes so you can go faster.
You can get out of there faster.
She does not care.
So funny. That's so funny, and it never really changes. It's always kind of been that way since Red and Blue. Your mom just could not care any less.
Yeah.
You're about to go on an adventure.
Like,
I think we just have to chalk that up to the people just mature faster in the world of Pokemon, I guess.
Sure.
I think the legal age of consent in the Pokemon world would definitely be about 8 years old.
Oh boy.
Because these kids are making big decisions.
Honestly, this is turning into to watch it through a screen, not so scary, but now that we're talking about this is a frightening world.
Yeah, it's a good thing that the world's so just gung ho and cheery about everything, though.
Exactly.
If there's any world to send your 10-year-old out into, it's this one.
Right.
Definitely.
Have a big fire-breathing animal to protect it. But yeah,
Yep.
I just noticed that every time she speaks to you, and then I just imagine like that first battle where you destroy your room before you go out on your adventure, and she's like, "Oh no, don't! I'll clean it up. Don't worry." She's probably thinking like, "Good riddance, you stupid child."
Please never come back.
I want to get back to my dreams now that I've gotten rid of you.
I'm pretty sure even if you go back and talk to her, like after you've been gone for a while, she only has about 1 or 2 lines of dialogue, and neither of them reflect that you've been gone for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think you'd come home.
Yeah. It's really nice.
I made your room into a Zumba studio.
Side story real fast. Are you familiar? You've played the Super Smash Brothers games, correct, Keith?
Of course, certainly.
You're familiar with Ness?
Yes.
His game of origin, Earthbound, is actually made by Ape Inc. made Earthbound, and Ape Inc. went on to become Creatures Inc., which is like part of the Triforce that owns Pokemon.
Okay.
And in that game, you're also a little boy who goes off to save the world, and your mom doesn't really care that much. But at the beginning of the game, you get to it asks you like what your favorite food is,
Yep.
and it asks you what your favorite thing is and stuff like that. And then the game will like refer back to that at certain points. So at the very end of the game, after I've saved the world and defeated the great cosmic evil, I get a letter from my mom. It says, "Hey, I know you've been gone a long time. Just want to let you know that I miss you, and if you ever want to come home, there's going to be a plate of bacon waiting for you." And that just touched my heart so much, Keith.
That's good.
To this day, that's one of the few video games that's ever made me cry, and that was the moment.
Wow.
It was like, man, because I was living in Charleston at the time. I was off. I had flown out of the nest, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Got that little note from my mom saying, "If you ever want to come back, there's some bacon for you." And I was like, got me.
Got me right in my feels.
Yep.
All right, I have one more humorous observation. Our video is we always go a little longer than we plan. So.
Okay.
But
it's just so fun talking to you, Keith. I can't help.
I agree. We don't get to do it enough.
Yep.
But one more humorous observation. So I'm leaving one of the cities. I walk past the daycare, and I go inside or whatever, and then I go onto the playground where all the preschoolers hang out. And all the preschoolers are taunting me like, "Hey, dude, I bet you suck. I can battle you," or what? They don't say that, but essentially that's what it's like. Like, "Oh, I can beat you," as I'm strutting through there with my 2 badges. I'm battling these preschoolers for money. Like, they pay me when they lose. Like, what? That's ridiculous. Could you imagine walking into a daycare and like walking up to a 5-year-old and saying like, "Hey kid, let's play Go Fish, and if you lose, give me $100."
It's even funnier because of like the I don't know what the inflation is in Pokemon world, but they're giving you a good chunk of change.
Oh yeah, you can buy a potion with that money.
It's not like it's just a nickel.
Yeah. So, which is another. It's not something where I'm like, "This game is unrealistic. It's unplayable." It's more of just.
I think the little things like that are part of the charm of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's definitely very charming. I spend a lot of time in my downtime at work catching Pokemons.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Actually, your DS is in my locked drawer at work right now. I'm gonna boot it up when I get there.
Nice. That makes me very happy. Well, I think we've encroached on about 20 minutes here.
I think so. So I've got 2 badges. Next time we talk, I'll have 4 badges.
Yes.
I very much enjoyed this conversation.
Me too. I think things are only going to get spicier from here on out.
Oh, I love spiciness.
Me too.
Well, buddy, I've enjoyed it. I hope the viewers have enjoyed it. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Why don't you drop a comment and tell us what your starter Pokemon would be?
Oh, Keith, would you like to know what my starter Pokemon was?
Yeah, brother. Tell me.
First one, in Black and White 1, I chose Oshawott.
I just can't get over the way that one looks.
I actually adore how that one looks, but its final evolution really rubs me the wrong way. I do not. It turns from you can see it like becoming. I just could have imagined it becoming an awesome like samurai otter, but it turns into like this four-legged unicorn thing. Like
Oh
it's got
no.
a big horn for some reason. Like I honestly have no idea what they were thinking.
Come on, Game Freak.
I could have made a way better evolution to Oshawott.
You need to write that letter.
Oh, I'm gonna. I have a bunch of drafts for letters I need to send them.
Hopefully by the end of this series we can attack those drafts and get them all sent out and see if we can't make some changes.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, dude.
We'll make Pokemon Switch the one that we've all played for.
Exactly, and they'll have all of your ideas in it.
Yep.
All right, man. I've enjoyed it. I will
Yes,
talk
sir.
to you and make another video soon enough.
All right. Seems like we might be settling into a groove of one video a week, maybe.
I think so. That's my hope.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.